Does the world need more entrepreneurs? Why? I don't know if we, aka our economy, need more entrepreneurs. Seems to me that the employment market, probably the most elastic of all, sees to it that we have the right number and kind, if I can be so bold, of entrepreneurs needed to meet demand. I do know without a doubt or a scintilla of statistical evidence that we are creating more entrepreneurs. They seem to be sprouting everywhere, like mushrooms after a summer rain. For good reasons, starting with misguided top managers who downsize their firms in their self-serving drive to raise stock prices by eliminating costs of people and their perks. Displaced employees, disillusioned by the broken promise of lifetime security in the fragile cocoons of a large business, start their own businesses. Necessity often becomes the mother of entrepreneurship. But, so does the ambitious and realistic hope for fiscal and psychic rewards that they and countless others cannot find as employees of larger firms. In my little black book for entrepreneurs and those who want to be, I enumerate the reasons to be an entrepreneur: making money, making a difference, and living a life with meaning are compatible goals, with meaning the more important. I conclude my list of reasons with but the real, best, and most important reason for being an entrepreneur is freedom, a squishy and huge concept that takes on many meanings. First, it means that I alone control my present and future happiness and security. I can do that because I can pick my bosses. AKA my clients. That's impossible if you work for a larger organization in which some invisible hand from on high picks your proximate boss, as well as your bosses on the many rungs of the corporate ladder above you. Freedom extends to lifestyle, which in my case is a mixed bag. Surely, one of the many joys in being an entrepreneur is being able to work or not work on my own schedule. Despite my obvious bias toward entrepreneurship, I realize that all businesses of any size were started by a person or a few persons who conjured a great idea and built a business around it. Entrepreneurs. Can you name a business that wasn't? Think Henry Ford, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Andrew Carnegie. The list is endless and replete with essential products and services that have changed, improved, our way of life. If the world needs more of them, the world will tell us. Does the world need more entrepreneurs? Yes. Why? Because we need innovation, value creation, and a greater rapid evolution of our own best and worst desires of being human in this world at this moment in history. Aside from the brute forces of nature and expediencies of cataclysmic disasters at any level of scale, entrepreneurs are the most continuous and persistent force for positive change in our world. Religions won't get it done, governments won't get it done, philanthropy won't get it done. Most positive change falls to individuals in our collective as a distributed force of unstoppable ambition across all cultures and economic status, i.e. billions of people striving to make their lives better. They are the ones who get it done. And many of these folks rise up and are doing it by starting a business. Many of them make it, and a very few even make it happen big time. The challenge, which is being met by an evolving class of social entrepreneurs, is ensuring that any innovations and ventures created by this force of entrepreneurship in the world actually results in net positive externalities for all others in our world, instead of extractive, negative outcomes nobody wants to own or be responsible for cleaning up later. The world is begging for more entrepreneurs right now. The entrepreneurs take giant leaps and bounds because they have nothing to lose. A large company can fund 20 projects, one of which will return 20x return while the other 19 fails. Then it will make 1x return or 5%, assuming projects are equal in budget. Then what do they do with 19 projects worth of employees and laptops and cell phones and gym memberships and 401 kiloseconds and etc.? All this for 5% is not worth it. A small company will devote all its resources in one project. For every 20 startups, one will succeed while the other 19 fail, but this one guy per gallon who succeeds becomes stinkin' filthy rich. There is no failure to make up for. As a society who wants to advance and see flying cars, cure for cancer, fountain of youth, trips to Mars, live under the ocean. You can wait for 1,000 years until we gradually get there, or you can get an entrepreneur and try a crazy idea that will get you there tomorrow. No. What the world needs is more people in science, engineering and more competent, honest and practical politicians. Solving the problems of life we have today. Most of those problems are fundamental to survival and will not provide the profits that entrepreneurs seek. What I am talking about is global warming, pollution, food supply and distribution. While there are people who do not have enough to eat, it is a problem. General reduction of poverty, violence and crime, slavery, yep, that includes people trafficking, which is just a politically correct name for slavery. These are not problems entrepreneurs can solve, and in the case of crime will actually make it worse. Yes, all those people involved in crime are entrepreneurs, nasty bastards, but entrepreneurs nonetheless. They may be robbing banks or dealing drugs, but to them it's just a business. Next point, entrepreneurs run a business that is there to make money, and money, the amount of business opportunity available, is already at saturation. While somebody may come up with a wonderful new gizmo that makes life easier, it is no good if people cannot afford to buy it because food, rent and getting to work are more important.